Well, very glad you could join us on the Weather Network. We're going to preempt the news here for a chat, as we do every Friday at around this time, with our very own Andrew Fazekas, who is also known as the Night Sky Guy. And Andrew, it's always a pleasure talking with you. How's your week been so far?
Busy with the new baby,
yes,
that's for sure.
I suspected as much as well. Well, we talked about it earlier, and Kathleen it is, correct?
That's right.
Oh.
So, yeah, she's putting me back when I was a young stargazer. I'm up all night.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're seeing plenty of stars. No question about it. Okay, Andrew, we got a few things to talk about, but first, obviously a big story in the news has been the space shuttle. It was unable to land today because of heavy rain and thunderstorms, but I've been hearing in the news that they have perhaps a more pressing concern, I don't know how to word this, but the toilet. They're having some problems with that. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, you know, they're gonna really want to probably come down as soon as possible if they can't get those things fixed. And really, they have a set of two opportunities to land tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they can get they can land. I mean, the shuttle is designed to stay up in space for about a 2-week period of time, but not too much more than that. And with having problems like this already, I'm sure it's pressing them to, let's get down. So hopefully tomorrow morning in Florida, if that doesn't work out, they'll go and head out to California and put down there.
Well, as of interest, the National Hurricane Center in the U.S., they may have to send out a hurricane hunter. There's this disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico. They don't think it's going to turn into a tropical cyclone, but this is the reason why it's been so stormy in Florida. So let's hope that doesn't develop into anything worse. Okay, let's get on to some of the news here. Stargazing, obviously a big one. We always like to start off here. What can we look forward to seeing in the skies this weekend?
Well, you know, if you've got clear skies, any time over the course of the next week, in fact, try to take a look towards the southwest around 10 o'clock in the evening, sort of the area where the sun sets. And you'll see a group of stars that form the constellation Leo the Lion, very famous constellation, and it's one of the actual few ones that look like what they're supposed to, which is a lion, a seated lion. Now, the main part of the constellation that is really visible is a backwards question mark. Mm-hmm. That marks the head and shoulders of the lion. Then there's a little triangle off to the upper left that marks the rump of the lion, and then you'll see a creamy-colored star underneath that, and that is actually planet Saturn, not part of the constellation, but it just happens to be located there in this year. And the constellation Leo really is one of the most ancient of constellations. Actually, ancient Egyptians worshipped lion gods, and they believed that the annual rise of the Nile River occurred at a time when the sun actually rose in part of the sky that's occupied by this constellation. So this link to the Nile, historians think is possible explanation of why later Greeks and Romans often placed the lion's head at springs and fountains. So it all originates back to this group of stars that's been so familiar to different cultures across the world.
Now, Andrew, if the skies are clear, will this be visible tonight?
Yeah, tonight, definitely look towards the southwest. If you've got clear skies, towards the southwest horizon, and over the course of the next week, no problem.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Now into the news. We got about a minute here, Andrew. Something about a giant balloon flying high over the Atlantic to catch cosmic rays. Can you maybe explain a little bit on that? Yeah,
this was a great project that actually ended today. This football field-sized balloon had a payload that was hanging below it that was designed to look for cosmic rays. These are dangerous rays that affect astronauts that do spacewalks, a lot of radiation coming out from the cosmos, and this was designed to look at that cosmic rays. And it was a balloon that floated over the North Atlantic from Sweden, and it took 5 days to get here to Canada and basically just followed the North Atlantic winds.
It says here you can follow the flight's path online.
That's right, and this shows you a graphic actually with that, and I'll have a link on my website for that.
All right. Well, there's a good segue. Thank you very much, Andrew, as always.
My pleasure, and clear skies to everyone.
You bet. And to find that link or any information, of course, Andrew's website is www.thenightskyguy.com. All right. If you have clear skies tonight, keep an eye out for Leo. And if it's the weather you want to know, your local forecast is coming up.